Negara Indonesia.
VOA Asia Weekly. Croatians cover themselves in the mud amid the heat wave. Flood in New Delhi.
MLINE Top 3 Updates powered by VOA Voice of America.
The search for justice in the Philippines. Welcome to VOA Asia Weekly. I'm Jessica Stone filling in for Chris Casquejo. We'll get to that story in just a moment, but first, making headlines. A U.S. soldier is believed to be in North Korean custody. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin said on Tuesday that Travis T. King intentionally crossed the border into North Korea. He was facing military disciplinary measures and had been in detention in South Korea for about a month. U.S. presidential climate envoy John Kerry spent 3 days in Beijing to restart climate talks with China. On Tuesday, Chinese Premier Li Qiang met with Kerry and called on developed nations to take the lead in reducing global emissions. Washington wants to separate its climate agenda from the rest of the bilateral relationship. Beijing sees all aspects of U.S.-China relations as connected. At least 46 people are dead and 6 others missing after heavy rains flooded parts of South Korea. South Korean President Yoon Suk-yeol visited the aftermath in the town of Yitian. That's where 200 homes and around 150 roads have all been damaged or destroyed. Yoon met with evacuated residents and assured them of recovery support. After nearly 4 decades in power, Cambodian leader Hun Sen appears set to step down after this weekend's election. His son, Hun Manet, is expected to take over, although timing remains unclear. The last remaining opposition party has been barred from contesting the election. A list leaked to the Asia Times shows the ministers of Interior and Defense will also pass their jobs onto their sons. Pita Limjaroenrat of the progressive Move Forward Party has failed to become the next Prime Minister of Thailand. The Thai legislature blocked his nomination. Pita had previously won the nationwide May elections in a blow to the nation's military leadership. The International Criminal Court is moving ahead with an investigation into possible crimes against humanity connected to the drug war launched by former Philippine President Rodrigo Duterte. For VOA, Dave Grunebaum reports.
Photos of victims killed during the Philippines' grisly war on drugs. So much more than numbers, real people with families in mourning. Leore Pasco lost 2 sons on the same day in May 2017, Juan Carlos and Crisanto.
I cannot explain how painful, although it's already 6 years after they died, but still I, in my thinking, as if it's only yesterday that happened.
Government data shows that about 6,200 people were killed in police operations tied to the drug war during former President Rodrigo Duterte's 6-year term, which ended last year. Some human rights groups, however, say the real death toll could be as high as 30,000, including executions by vigilantes who, according to activists, often work closely with police.
I want them jailed I want them to suffer also what we, the families, suffer.
On Tuesday, families gathered to watch the International Criminal Court announce that it was rejecting an appeal by the Philippines government to stop its investigation. The news these families and their supporters were hoping for.
The stumbling blocks are being taken away, and it's now the start. It's now the start of going against the past administration for their crimes.
But the current administration of Philippines President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has made it clear it has no intention of cooperating with the ICC. And even if Duterte were convicted, it's not certain he would serve time in jail. But these families and Pasco insist they will keep up their fight.
Well, the message of today is the message of hope for the families, but we still have to do more.
United due to tragedy, refusing to back down. Dave Grunebaum for VOA News, Quezon City, Philippines.
And the final film of an Oscar-winning Japanese animation master is now in theaters across Japan. How Do You Live by director Hayao Miyazaki opened with little fanfare over the weekend, just in time for the start of school summer holidays in Japan. It's the story of a 15-year-old boy coping with the death of his mother. All the images are hand-drawn using vivid colors. No overseas release date has yet been announced. And you can visit voanews.com for the most up-to-date stories. I'm Jessica Stone. We'll see you next week.
Instead of slapping on greasy sunscreen, locals and tourists in Croatia are slathering themselves in a mud. An age-old trick finding new use as Europe enters a second record of heat wave. The mud on the Queen's Beach at Nin in Croatia can be used as both as a sunscreen replacement and to improve skin quality, and it is a total sunblock. It is not only local Croatians hoping that covering themselves generously in a thick layer of mud will keep the skin safe from the sun, but also tourists from Austria, Lithuania, Poland, and Slovakia are also among the crowd bracing themselves against the summer sun and trying to find protection underneath the mud. A cycle rickshaw puller pedaled through the heavily waterlogged street in New Delhi. Delhi River is its highest level in 45 years after unusually heavy downpours in neighboring states like Haryana to the north. The city of 20 million people also saw heavy rain with flooding in low-lying communities that forced hundreds of people to seek shelters in relief camps.
The Voice of America, VOA.
My name is Mirzawardana saying thank you very much for being with us for MLINE Top 3 Updates powered by VOA Voice of America. With the same name too in Instagram account at Mirza_Wardana, you can check out the story to find out the shopping recommendation that being posted there. Hopefully you shop too. Until next time, thank you very much.